it is a means to show the seriousness of the man wanting to marry you or wanting to marry a woman, for example. But I think this is where it's important to also discuss your kemampuan, to discuss where do you want to draw the line, to discuss what is comfortable for both families and inclusively for you lah as a woman, like what is comfortable for you also. Because when we speak about macam the community also, we have concerns about, oh, later people will be asking, oh, your hantaran berapa, why is your hantaran like this,
Berapa kau punya?
why is it like that, nampak tak? Ni masyarakat lah, contoh-contoh masyarakat yang ada kat luar sana. So it's important to have this discussion.
Well, your one-stop solutions.
This talk show is sponsored by Multiple Award Winning Realtor Agent Zest, your trusted real estate agent for all your property needs. Contact him at 9383-7258, 9383-7258, or simply drop him an Instagram DM at Agent Zest, AGENTSESTH, for a free non-obligatory consultation. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are back for a very long time. Lama gila tak rekod ni. Thank you so much for coming. So, lepas berapa lama ni, now we are back recording talk show. Our very own Amwal and also now Haifa talk show. InsyaAllah. So, kita nak start off from the previous topic, which is hantaran dengan mas kahwin. So, because my previous speakers jantan. Jadi, so for now the speakers daripada kaum Hawa, to make it balance, to make it tak bias. So I'm gonna start off asking relating to kita punya previous topic, which is hantaran mas kahwin. Apa pendapat? Okay, macam terus masuk kat topik macam laju. Tapi tak apa, aku dah panas kat sini. Okay, so yeah, so we're gonna touch about hantaran sikit. So maybe I will start to ask Hidayah. Okay?
Boleh.
Like, apa pendapat ataupun pandangan daripada kaum Hawa terhadap hantaran? Kita have heard previous series daripada pandangan kaum Adam, dan kita dah keluarkan sikit sebanyak dalil daripada Quran dengan hadis. So now daripada kaum Hawa lah, to make it not biased. Silakan.
Okay, bismillah. So tiba rasa pressure macam tiba represent all the kaum
Hawa.
Hawa.
Aku buka mas sekejap.
Sila buat okay. Okay, so macam tiba rasa pressure because macam like we're not representing all of the women or all of the kaum Hawa di luar sana with regards to this topic, but I think it's more of sharing what we know, what we understand, and personally what we have gone through lah. And maybe you're asking about pendapat with regards to hantaran. I think personally for me, before macam I went into macam marriage preparation.
Kau dah kahwin? Dah kahwin.
Alhamdulillah, dah kahwin.
Aku yang belum.
Betul. Okay, yeah. So previously it was more of understand that hantaran is usually part of the adat, part of the culture, right, when it comes to getting married. But when I had my first hand experience going into marriage preparation, that is where I started to learn a little bit more about how it is actually important for families to discuss with regards to the hantaran that they want to set and what kind of hantaran itself. And then when you're asking about what is perhaps perspective of women when it comes to hantaran, for me personally, when I went through the experience, it's realizing that it is a means to show the seriousness of the man wanting to marry you or wanting to marry a woman, for example. But I think this is where it's important to also discuss your kemampuan, to discuss where do you want to draw the line, to discuss what is comfortable for both families and inclusively for you lah as a woman, like what is comfortable for you also. Because when we speak about macam the community also, we have concerns about, oh, later people will be asking, oh, your hantaran berapa, why is your hantaran like this,
berapa kau punya?
Why is it like that, nampak tak? Ni masyarakat lah, contoh-contoh masyarakat yang ada kat luar sana. So it's important to have these discussions. But I think interestingly, when I look up about hantaran and the issues of women, it's always about hantaran lebih daripada kemampuan, or the value of hantaran is equal to, for example, your academic background, or maybe they would then request something that is beyond what is comfortable for the partner and so on. So I wouldn't say that there is much difference when it comes to hantaran women perspective is different or the same, but it's really trying to understand where you stand. Because for me personally, when I go through the experience, I saw that hantaran is important in a sense that it helps with the majlis or it helps with the walimah. So it's important to look at where you are coming from lah with regards to the importance of hantaran in that sense. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, Faiqah, if you have any inputs in regards to hantaran or mas kahwin.
Yeah, for me personally, I agree with what Ustazah Hidayah mentioned just now. It's number one, it goes back to the intention of why you want to have that hantaran in the first place lah. Kalau it goes back to helping you with the majlis, then it's untuk menunjukkan lah juga kesungguhan seorang lelaki tu, then it is okay, right? Tapi but kalau dia sekadar nak menunjuk hantaran I 8,000, 9,000, 10,000, then
10,000 jadi.
Then we have to check again lah, kenapa kita nak have that hantaran. But for me personally, kalau you ask from a woman's perspective, my personal take is that kesungguhan tu tak semestinya dengan cara hantaran je lah.
Wow.
Such
a word.
Tak semestinya dengan cara hantaran je. Kalau pun tak kasih hantaran, tapi I know that my partner have that savings to support us after the marriage, then that will be more important to me lah. Dari segi ada hantaran tu, okay, ada, tak ada tak apalah. Kalau pun tak ada, tapi kadang yelah kita tak boleh nak nafikan parents sometimes would ask, but knowing that my partner is well prepared, then I am also confident enough to tell my parents that he is prepared lah, even without the hantaran around.
I think the common concern is what do you want to use that hantaran for, right? It's not always about the value ke apa, but it's more of why do I want that hantaran to be present in the first place. Macam you can also go into, for example, marriage preparation. Okay, I tak nak hantaran, tak payah hantaran. But there will be macam concerns from families. There will be macam, maybe there are financial needs. Then again, when you want to enter marriage, also finance is something that you might want to consider. Or you have to consider lah.
Definitely. Dahsyat jadi 10,000 lah. Masih. I think I from the previous series I've already mentioned and also ketengahkan my personal view, my concerns. But just to summarize lagi, the main thing for me dari segi bab hantaran ni is jangan jadikan dia sebagai satu benda yang memusnahkan rumah tangga, sama ada your direct family, which is you and your spouse, or even sampai ke mertua punya side, because yang meminta hantaran usually is the bride side kan. That's our culture. Ada culture ada yang lelaki punya side yang minta. Kalau lelaki minta, aku minta banyak-banyak.
Or some people they come and then like, okay, I want to get married, and then this is what we are comfortable with, like a certain range.
Right.
Yeah. So then the bride family, for example, would then decide based on the range that they are comfortable with. That is also something that we can consider too.
So a range rather than an exact figure. So kalau dia kasih range, okay, 10 to 15
lah.
Paling bawah sekali.
Yeah, so macam for our community is the bride family. And I know some cases whereby macam even dah lepas kahwin, dah lepas beranak pun, dah 2-3 anak, and then this thing will still pop out. Bila masih gaduh dengan isteri, it will still pop out because yalah bapak kau dah minta ini, aku dah nak kena keluar 15,000, that kind of thing. So even dah lama perkahwinan pun, it still that issue still pop out, which is not nice. Janganlah sampai macam gitu lah. Na'udzubillah min dzalik. Any other inputs before we close for our first episode ni?
I think like you mentioned about that real life example, I think that perhaps it's coming from concern yang tak addressed in the first place. So sampai you to bawa into the marriage. And then again, like you mentioned, not wanting to make hantaran sesuatu benda yang membebankan. But not just membebankan in terms of financially, but also your relationship with your partner.
Yeah.
and the life that you are going to build with your partner lah. Macam it's a great concern when you go into marriage and then still having questions macam like, oh, you know, your parents yang pilih macam gini, pilih macam gitu. Padahal like at the end of the day, the whole purpose of wanting to get married is to spend your life with the one that you love. And then bringing such issues into the marriage would be detrimental lah. So maybe some things needs to be arranged first, discussed first, cleared first before moving forward with a certain decision.
So macam it will definitely tak cantik tak manis langsung. Dan lelaki ni kadang-kadang ego dia macam tinggi. Macam bila discussion, bila ta'aruf punya part tu, macam discussion and everything supposed to be laid on the table kan. So, macam let's see perempuan punya side letak, okay, let's just put a figure of 10,000. Oh, let's just put it that way. Macam okay lah, boleh accept. Kalau kau tak agree, kau cakap.
Exactly.
Kan macam because lelaki ni kadang-kadang macam aku dah cinta perempuan tu. Okay, actually tak berani nak cakap penuh because kita punya time belum sampai. But
baru nak tanya based on experience ke macam mana ni?
But macam but my point is, kalau you find it uncomfortable, you must say it out lah daripada awal. Then I hope when my time comes, I be able to luahkan lah, dan tak melebihkan my ego. Macam aku boleh lah. Even dia letak 20,000 lah, aku try. Kalau tak boleh, aku cakap lah.
I think that's a good piece of input and advice also lah. Usually the culture kan is always the bride family and things like that. But men feeling like I don't have the space to cakap whether I mampu ke tidak, or you know, whether I agree or disagree with whatever amount that is given. So having a say is also important. At the end of the day, it's a discussion. At the end of the day, we are trying to build a family. At the end of the day, everybody plays an important part. And if you continue to, for example lah, some people might be thinking, tak apa, kita mengalah. But dalam mengalah also, you need to learn what are your rights, what are your standards, what are your expectations that you want to share.
Betul.
On the table also lah.
Then of the day, hantaran tu pun is a hadiah, right? And
Betul.
bila kita nak kasih hadiah, kita
gaduh pula nak
kasih
kasih hadiah, gaduh.
Hadiah is based on our kemampuan lah kan. Kalau kita tak mampu nak beri lebih, then why are we pushing ourselves lah? But at the end of the day, it goes back to the couple itself lah, to communicate through whether this is okay, this is not, and they play an important role lah to communicate this to the family also.
If ada family concerns, then perhaps the couple can communicate with each other, then they go back to their own families,
correct.
and then
They
discuss
should.
with their own parents before their parents meet each other. So they set a certain kind of not expectation, but principles. They know what to expect when they come together at one table to actually discuss on matters surrounding hantaran lah.
Macam lelaki bila dia cakap pasal ego ni, selalu macam rijal qawwamun 'ala nisa. Macam ala nisa, tapi kau kena tengok jugalah kan. You don't have to go back to your home to see whether kau boleh take it, tak boleh take it. You just have to buka your iBanking, tengok aku ada cukup tak cukup ni. Kalau aku ikat tunang setahun setengah, 2 tahun, what is my run? Can I be able to, you know, to have that amount, 15k for hantaran? You don't have to think that far to know whether you can or you cannot. So macam jangan letakkan ego di hadapan lah. Aku harap
Tell your future self.
aku harap bila time aku ni lah, aku okay. Alhamdulillah. So macam it's very similar lah to the previous punya conclusion that we had. So pokoknya dekat sini, the principles, the punya summary is that jangan melebihi benda yang kita tak perlu, dan kena tahu yang hantaran ni hadiah. Dia bukan rukun pernikahan pun. So bila hadiah tu, mana boleh hadiah, lepas tu kita gaduh atas hadiah tu. Okay, with that we close our very first episode. We will continue with our follow-up topic on the second episode, insyaAllah. Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum.